Yo, 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 we back again. What up with it? It's Marcus, your boy, the barber with the bow tie.
And I'm Brice Davis of Brice Davis Media.
We back at you again with Straight from the Chair. As always, we're here at 313 Beauty Supply, Icons Barber and Beauty Salon, Xenia, 125 North Allison.
You know, it's been a whole lot of talks lately. It's been going on a long time, man. The online war, gender wars, men coming at women, women coming at men. But the thing is, it's only online. You don't see it in real life. Like,
right.
It might come out in conversation here and there, but, your typical experience, you're not going to feel it or see it like you do online.
But it's easy for someone to bring into a current situation the baggage from another situation. Like, I feel like just like certain movies, men and women, we typecast, you know what I mean? So we look for a certain type of person that we like. And sometimes, that person is the same type emotionally and mentally. So you end up getting treated the same way.
Yep, getting the same thing
I mean?
and over. We've been talking about mental health a lot lately, but, I think it's time to spice things up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So first question I'm going to ask you is, does a woman's finances matter to you? Does what she have in her bank account matter to you as far as if you would date her, take her serious, and things of that nature?
It probably should matter, but
okay.
I guess as a man, knowing I'm gonna always be all right, or I'm gonna always be able to take care of myself. I'm not focused on what the other woman has. You know what I mean?
So what if she's like, no car, getting housing, doesn't keep a job?
Well, I mean, the doesn't keep a job part is troubling. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, she ain't got nothing to her.
Well, still, like, her finances don't matter. Her work ethic does. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't got to be a rich chick. You know what I mean? But
right.
But you got to have some grind. You got to have. You know what I mean? You got to have some desire to want to win. You know what I mean? And just living off stamps ain't a desire to want to win. You know what I mean? Like,
right. To me, you got to at least have like the bare minimum of adult responsibilities, like paying rent. Just the bare minimum of being an adult. Like, if you don't have those things, and if you're going through hard times, I'm not talking about that. But if you just never had your own, then at this age,
what does it mean to you when a woman has never had her own? Like, because if you ask me, shout out to the educated women who's gotten their education, that works their 9 to 5 or even have their own business. You know what I mean? But because it's a lot more of that out here than anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or it's just as much of that out there as it is the county recipient, so to speak. But for me, I think women, that's a matter of fact for women in regards to men more so than men to women.
100%. I agree with you.
You know?
Yeah, I think that's a bigger question for women to be asking men.
Right.
Rather than the other way around, because their finances typically don't matter. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be the one paying. So what they say, what you eat don't make me shit.
Right.
What you
I
drink
mean, that
don't
is
make me piss.
is if you're capable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you might not shit. If your finances ain't right,
yeah,
and hers ain't right,
we just gonna be struggling.
You know what I mean? Y'all gonna be better have a plan to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like, nah, for the average dude, a woman's finances don't matter. They might be more concerned about her body count than her bank account.
I wouldn't care if she worked at McDonald's, because if you got character, like everything's there, like you check all the boxes, then like I can overlook certain things if you check all the boxes.
Right.
It's kind of like that time we talked about, dating outside your race. And I was like, I definitely consider if all the boxes are checked off, just because it's so hard.
In that case, like, dating outside my race isn't hard. Just dating a white girl is hard. You know what I mean? Like, no disrespect, but it's all because of the history that we have in America with each other. I love beautiful women, no matter what their complexion is, what their ethnicity is. But the history that we have with white folks will kind of make me feel silly pouring that kind of love into a woman whose ancestors want me dead. You know what I mean? Her daddy might not even want to fuck with
You
her.
know,
You know what I
they
mean?
say, unfortunately, the children suffer for the sins of the parents.
Right.
I'm not completely closed off to it.
You from Senior?
Yeah, I'm from Zen,
Right.
so you know. But
That's
as
your
far
thing.
as dating, you got a limit on how many baby daddies a woman can have.
Of course, I think everybody does. I mean, you know, I mean, shit. If her kids is grown and I ain't got to take care of none of them, no.
In
I don't
that
care how
case,
many
you don't
babies.
really gotta deal.
I don't care about
Yeah,
that. No. But if you know they all baby age kids, you know what I mean, and she got 4 kids and 5 baby
Tyrone come
daddies.
around. You gotta deal with that extra person.
I hear women say they don't want a man with kids, you know, and these mostly are women who don't have kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They don't
I
want
ain't
to
mad
have
at
a
that.
man with kids because they don't want to have to deal with the baby mama.
Good so.
But 9 times out of 10, it's always the other way around. The dude is dealing with the baby daddy. The girl ain't really dealing with the baby mama. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it gets weird because the baby mom and baby dad, when they get into it, your job is to not intervene, right? But then when he started calling her all types of bitches, then it's like, all right, bro.
Like honestly, so that's a question.
Yeah.
Where does your role stop when it comes to how your woman deals with her baby daddies?
So
or how he deals with your woman? Where does your role stop?
My thing is, when it comes to the kids, we don't intervene with that because that's between them. My thing is though, like when the disrespect spirals out of hand, that's when I think you should intervene. That's just me personally.
So even though they have their own relationship, their own history, whether toxic or not, you're saying you don't have nothing to say when it comes to him and her and the kids, but as soon as he start calling her the bitches he been calling her before you got to say something to him.
Well, here's the thing, like, it ain't just about using the B word. Like, that's not like a trigger for me. It's just once you get that comfortable to where you feel like, oh yeah, ain't no repercussion to talking to her a certain way because I'm invisible to you.
Wow. So we're gonna stop there.
Yeah.
But, so you're saying,
but yeah, like as long as it doesn't get over disrespectful. But I'm not saying you should always step in either. Like if it's fresh and new, then I don't think you should do anything because at first you want to gauge to see what you're getting yourself into.
Right.
But if it ends up being somebody that you really want to be with, then I mean that's kind of up to you to gauge the disrespect. But you don't want him to feel like you're completely invisible to where he can just do what he wants, and there ain't no type of nothing. Like you still want her to be protected.
Right. So yeah. So really, it becomes a thing where you feeling like he's disrespecting you and your relationship.
Yeah, that's all it boils down.
I don't really know so I'm gonna say it like this.
Yeah.
As the man with the baby mama, like I'm kind of on fire, bro. So if me and her talking, and we got that relationship where I might call her out her fucking name.
Yeah.
And our kids is 15, 16 years old. And her boyfriend try to say something to me.
Yeah.
I don't really know how I would take that.
Oh, you know how you would take that.
I know, I don't.
Yeah,
I really don't.
No. Like, bro, who you take? Yeah, you know what time it is.
Right. I mean, because I try to play both sides, you know what I mean? Consider both sides. Like just knowing me in my I don't give a fuck stage. You know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, that's not a good place for me to be in. But
right.
You know what I mean? But I have those moments, and it ain't nothing you can tell me when we've been doing this for 6. Now, don't get it twisted. My emotional IQ needs to raise, but speaking from the standpoint of the old baby daddy who is conditioned or who has been conditioned to have this kind of relationship with her, and especially if she's someone who will provoke me as well. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, what can you say? If I'm not coming over there putting hands on her, let us do us. If anything, check her. Baby, why you even?
That's another thing.
You know what I mean?
You don't want her to put you in a situation. Like if she knows that her baby dad's aggressive, then you don't want to be put in a situation where she like tries to use you to X him out.
Right. Because he might get you fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, no, don't do me
but
like
that's
that.
why I say you gotta observe in the beginning see the dynamic before you hop into it because
if you see, so this is not on the topic, but it's on the topic.
Yeah.
So if you got a chick, and same situation, y'all together, and you notice that she always arguing with her baby daddy.
Yeah.
Is that something that is a red flag to you?
100%.
Like every time
you gotta accept that that's the norm.
Right.
You gotta accept that that's what you're getting into. You can't get mad at it later. You gotta set the boundary early from the start, not at the end. So
respect. Yeah, I don't know. Like I would say, just on the original question, you know, baby daddy, body counts matter where cats want to make it a thing or not. Nowadays, we're moving into that, you know, like I said, the whole independent woman thing where women are liking to be equal to men. In a lot of ways, yes. Work ethic, pay, that I don't mind you being equal in those areas, but there's our double standards that exist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was meant for me to sow my royal oats, not you. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I mean, just being silly but serious at the same time. I don't believe it's I don't want to judge no woman for how she find love. You know what I mean?
So
I don't. I really don't. You know?
I have a thought on this too. It's kind of different from what you're saying.
Yeah.
But one thing I noticed about the body count conversation, honestly, I don't really like having it, but the only women that get triggered by it are the ones that have a high body count. Otherwise, it wouldn't bother you. Like if you had a low body count, you'd be like, who cares?
Right.
But if you got a high body count, subconsciously, you know that is a part of your character.
I think for a woman, because I ain't gonna lie, bro. Even for me, and that's keeping it 100. Yeah. Like I don't really. It's not a badge of honor to know I've slaved. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's a man thing. We might be joking around on some just recreation, but like really, it's not a proud thing that I've laid down so many chicks, though. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, among men, you might get patted on the back, but sitting in myself and just thinking, honestly, I ain't gonna lie, I don't even have a problem with it. But it's just kind of embarrassing when you talk to somebody who thinks there's something wrong with it, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
100%.
So, but nobody likes a whore on any side of the fence, whether it's a male or female.
Nah. And I gotta say this too, and this goes to all the men, is don't ask her. Just don't waste your time.
You don't want to know.
One, you don't want to know, you're gonna get lied to. So, and if you gotta ask, then
you already know.
You already know. You already know.
So I remember growing up in LA, it was always wino shit. My dad was one of the winos in the neighborhood, you know what I mean? But winos always had something to say to your ass. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I swear to God, man, I always would get like one of three things from a wino. God got something good for you.
Yeah.
God got a blessing for you. They just ain't tell me how to get it. Always listen to your mama and daddy. Like growing up, I swear, just random. Always listen to your mama. Be a good kid. Always listen to your mama and daddy. You know what I mean? Integrity. They would always say, integrity is who you are when nobody looking. You know what I mean? I would always get one of those three growing up from winos, bums. And I remember my brother, he was the little disrespectful one when it came to adults. Like, he'd be like, man, you can't tell me shit. You a bum.
That's funny.
You know what I mean? Funny. Real talk. That's my brother. You can't tell me shit. You a bum. So so you know, I used to be like, man, you can always learn something from somebody, for real. So how do you feel? What's more important? Is it the messenger or the message?
You know, the cliche thing to say would be the message is more important. I remember, what's his name? Eddie Griffin had that joke about Jesus. He was like, yo, forget who it's coming from. Did y'all get the message?
Right.
And I think the messenger is more important. Because if you think about it, imagine somebody that's fat and out of shape telling you how to work out. Or a guy, you know, that gets no girls telling you how to get girls. Like, lately, these past couple of years, I always pay attention to who's telling me something.
Right.
And I think a lot of us, we don't do that. You know, they say don't judge a book by its cover, but certain things you can't tell me how to be successful if you've never been successful at anything.
You don't believe that?
All right, so I mean, there's nuances. Like, don't get me wrong.
Do you know any championship coaches that never won a championship as a player?
Oh, right. Yeah. That's what I said. There's nuances.
Right.
Like, I just go off a scale of probability versus possibility.
Respect.
More than likely, if you notice, like even when you get on Facebook, everybody got advice that they don't apply to their own life, but it's easier to tell somebody else what they should be doing. It's harder to take a look at yourself and be like, oh yeah, I need to be doing this. But
So
what you think?
So I mean, I'm caught up, bro. I'm caught up because ultimately, shit, you can't tell me nothing if you ain't did it yourself. That's the mentality. That's the street mentality for real, you know. But then again, I could know from the life that I lived and the shit that I shoulda, coulda, woulda done.
Yeah.
I could tell you how to do that off of the experience of lacking. You know what I mean? Like just because I didn't make the choices to get what I'm telling you doesn't mean you can't take that same advice to get it.
Well, I can also tell you what doesn't work more than I can tell you what does work.
Like this for sure don't work. So you can't do this. If you do this, it's not gonna happen for you.
Well, I don't want that message to be too literal. Like, yeah, there's gonna be people that can tell you how to do something that they ain't did. But you just gotta really pay attention to who's saying what.
Respect. No, I get it. I mean, because for real, I was a mentor in the Boys and Girls Club in Cincinnati, man, Avondale. And this young dude, Silas, man, I hope he doing good. He was a cool ass little kid, man, well dressed. You can tell he was from the street. His family was from the street. You know what I mean? Okay. And I remember having a conversation with him like, bruh, just about what do you want to be when you grow up? And he was like, shit, I'm doing it now. Like he was 12, maybe. Yeah. 13. So he's like, I'm doing it now. I'm getting money now. I'm like, but that shit ain't gonna last long, bro. I was like, you ain't never thought about doing something, a profession that's gonna lead you to something? He was like, I see y'all being professionals and y'all ain't making a lot of money. You know what I mean? And at the time, I just couldn't find nothing to say that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was just like, damn, nigga, would put me on with a pack then.
What you say? Making more than the teacher.
If they can't beat them, join them, right?
Yeah.
But nah, yeah. So I think really the messenger is. It's hard to say the messenger is more important, but considering who's receiving the message, though.
I think it really depends on what the message is, because like somebody can tell you how to live their life right. You know, like a lot of people could do that. Like you ain't got to be a saint to tell me how to live right. Right. So it just depends on what it is. Like that's all.
I feel like it's also the receiver of the message too, bro.
Okay.
Because if we want to do races, like say Asians, Mexicans, blacks, whites, Arabs.
Okay.
Cultures that exercise wisdom on a regular, I think might recognize a good message regardless of who the messenger is. Yeah. But cultures that don't recognize or use wisdom or wise practices might laugh at someone who don't look the part trying to tell them how to play the part. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Happens all the time. You know it's kind of like even for the young boys out there that's quote unquote getting it, old heads will tell you all the time. Back in my day, right, we was getting it, and they might have been, but if you don't see it now, you're like, man, he's just telling me another story. Right.
Yeah. I just thought of something, bro. I saw a post of a brown-skinned chick with blonde hair talking about young black men and the quarter zipper culture.
Yeah, I've been seeing that lately.
I didn't even know it was a thing, but the chick is talking about how they trying to dress white, and she got blonde hair. You black. I don't use the term black, but for popularity's sake, we are known as black people. But yeah, she black with blonde hair talking about how these guys are giving in to white supremacy by dressing with slacks, shoes, and a quarter top. I'm like, where are you from? That you don't respect these young brothers getting their weight up, man. Like back in the day, that's all we wore was suits.
It's gonna be somebody in the comments like, black people in Malaysia have blonde hair. I'm talking shit.
Stop it. I'm telling you, before you make that comment, yeah, we know Aborigines and Australia have blonde hair. We do know that. But this chick had on a blonde weave wig It was not her natural hair, and she was trying to talk about how black men were giving in to white supremacy because of their
Yeah.
dress. When you don't have a kink the first, your shit pressed down.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say, you point one finger, 4 point back.
So,
So,
that's
you
so
know,
true. So
yeah.
true.
Yeah, so,
So-
I always gotta keep that in mind.
Dude,
Yeah.
would you let Rarity cuss?
I was about to cuss answering. No. I was like, hell no. No, absolutely not.
Would you let? Hey, and it's funny because I noticed that's what my son, my oldest son, does. He cusses around me. I mean, he's 22, but it really ain't no need to. But I feel like that's what he do to exercise his independence and his adultness.
Yeah.
You know, his adulthood. And honestly, it annoys me, but I got to pick my battles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel the same way.
And then considering I'm somebody who is profane as the definition of profanity, you feel me? But and I feel like because I can't hold a conversation, and I cuss because it's entertaining to me. It's not something I have to do because I can't find a word to describe what I'm feeling at a time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when it comes to my kids, it ain't no different than giving them the keys to my car before they're ready. You know what I mean? Understanding, most people don't even understand where curse words come from.
Right.
Let alone using them correctly, let alone allowing your kids to use them. Like, I believe in having an openness with my children, and this is the new me because I'm like my mama. Do as I say, not as I do. You know what I mean? Like, but nah, I don't do the cussing with the kids. I know what you say.
Kevin Gates, he allows his kids to cuss. And, you know, I feel the same exact way you just said. Like, unless they're 18, and even then, I still prefer them to cuss in a way to where you're not like, man, fuck you talking about, like, in a disrespectful manner. Like, you're using it in a way to enhance
the story,
the expression.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not just saying it just to be saying it, because now I feel like there's a line of respect with your elders and cussing around them. Like, I don't really even cuss when I talk to my dad too much.
Right.
Like, here and there, but for the most part, like, I don't be cussing. You know, to me, it's a sign of respect, honestly. Because growing up, we seen kids that were allowed to cuss around their parents when I was, 12, 13. We also seen the same ones be able to drink beer with their aunts and uncles.
Right.
So, you know, that's something that I'm not going to partake in.
Right.
But, you know, to each his own, I'm just not. I ain't never let. And another thing, a lot of people smoke with their kids. I'm not judging if that's something that you want to do. That's just something that I'm not going to do.
Right.
I don't want to encourage no form of degeneracy. Not saying that smoking makes you degenerate, but doing it young can definitely lead you down a path. Not calling it a gateway drug. I'm just saying, like, that's like smoking a cigarette. Like, nah, if I did smoke cigarettes, I'm not smoking with you.
Right.
So, more like that.
It took me a minute to decide whether or not I would smoke with my son. And that was something that he was looking forward to doing. So I kind of dumbed down. And it's crazy because I never smoked around my kids. Like, they've never seen me smoke.
Yeah.
Never seen me smoke. And my oldest kids, they smoke bud, bro. You know, I don't, make me no difference either way. But
shoot, I remember being on the high school bus, and the bus driver was like, "How many of y'all tried or smoked weed?" And I say every hand went up. I was like, "Oh wow,
right,
times have changed."
Say that,
yeah,
say that. But, bruh, this really, I've been waiting to talk about this, the Tripp After Dark experience.
Yeah, shout out to Tripp Fontaine, man.
Shout out to Tripp Fontaine, man. You a wise brother, man. It ain't just a taping. I mean, this brother is a bona fide, officially who you see when you hear him speak, man. Whether it's in person or on tape, I got to shout out to the man.
Yes,
and his.
Sir. I give a big salute on that, man. Like, I don't know if you ever seen somebody that you knew a little bit when y'all was kids, and to see them become successful. Like, I felt a little emotion going on.
Right.
Like, I ain't never want to see somebody win so bad.
Right.
Like, doing something that's adding value, like, that's a different type. Like, if somebody made it as a rapper and you knew them before they blew up, then it doesn't hit the same, because it's like, I mean, you're still proud of them, but they ain't rapping about nothing.
Right.
But like, yo, he actually got something to say.
Right.
Yeah, so, gotta definitely give a big shout outs to him, because he's adding value to our people. everybody that goes to the show, you're gonna definitely walk on with something.
Man, I'm like 13 years older than that brother, man, and he schooled me on a whole lot of things, man. If you don't know, the whole Tripp After Dark experience is a culmination of what you've probably seen on tonight's conversation. He shares his life story with us. He shares his poetry,
It was comedy. Yeah.
intimate experiences that he had growing up that shaped him into who he is, man.
The Q&A.
The Q&A was off the chain. Yeah, man. Shout out to Tripp, bro. And we want you on the show. Hopefully, we can get you here.
One day, definitely down to earth, brother, man. I didn't know what the experience was going to be running into him, but shit, man, it was all love, especially from my side.
So let me bring up a couple of things, man. And I'm gonna bounce because like that, I'm still riding that wave, man. That energy, the women, the men in the room collectively supporting each other as a community, man. That was one of the messages that Tripp he preached about, man. Community engagement, community involvement, community support, community collabs. You know what I mean? Like that's his whole platform. And that's our platform. It's all about the community. It's all about uplifting one another, giving you a way to better yourselves as we better ourselves, especially for the men. Like Black men, we're kind of displaced, man, as a collective. Like you'll have small sections of us working together, but as a collective, as an entire quote unquote race, we're spotting. It's like Swiss cheese. It's holes in the game.
Yeah.
And we like a solid blanket of collaboration as the men of this culture. We need to be supporting each other more, man. I didn't really know how to take it, man. Like, cause that's a show you kind of like take your girl to, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, so as we were driving up there talking about the experience, not knowing what to expect, it's like, dude, how do you as a Black man feel when you see another man doing his best? You know what I mean? How does you as a Black man feel when you see another man giving his all to even better your situation? Are we welcoming to the brother? Are we encouraging? Are we supportive? Do we advance the message? Do we share the message? These are some emotions that we kind of covered talking about the reception that you get from somebody you might have known as a kid that you've seen grow into somebody that's bigger than life. You know what I mean? And I can say, I have a friend like that, Kareem Grimes. He grew up as an actor, started off at Boys in the Hood. Now he plays Preach in All-American, and that's my dog. Like, that's my nigga. Like, we played on the same basketball team together as kids. We went to the same junior high school. And that's somebody I've been able to see rise slowly but surely. And he is that man now. And I'm happy for him. Yeah. Tripp, never knew him before now. I don't know him, but I never met him before that experience, and meeting him, engaging with him, and experiencing his talent just makes me want to encourage more brothers to be themselves and stay true to who they believe they're supposed to be.
Yeah, man. Like, here's the thing. Like, once you reach a certain level, a certain platform, like, you can be down to earth, you can be grounded, but you don't have to be. Like, there's an entitlement that people have. Like, they feel like because they knew you, they can have some of your time.
Right.
That's not true. And, you can only respect when somebody still has that, what's the word I'm looking for?
Humility, maybe?
Yep. When they had that humility to still, take the time out, holler at you, and, they ain't acting bigger than life because they have every right to.
Right. Yeah, nah, dude embraced you, bro. Like, he was like, excited to see you. So, that lets me know he's a human being, for real. Yeah, nah, it was a wonderful experience. I mean, like, if the material is different every show, then I could see myself, being a supporter of this work, man, of this journey. And it was all the people he brought up on stage. Leon Beans, shout out to Leon Beans, bro.
Leroy Bean.
Oh, Leroy, my bad, Leroy. Yeah. But shout out to Leroy Beans, man.
Yeah, he held it down too.
He had a poem that stuck out. It was something called a success plan, but that's not it. Do you remember the poem? You don't remember the poem, huh? Damn, I'm sad right now.
Did this last week.
I'm sad right now because it's right on my head. It said a life goal plan, priority plan. It's watch. As soon as we stop taping, it's gonna come to me. But the next show, I'm gonna bring it back up because it's something that all brothers should have. Even myself. I mean, I have something like that, but listening to his poem made me tighten my shit up. Like I'm going through something where I just lost the love of my life, so gotta check. What is it? Dot my I's and cross my T's, man.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't the best person in that situation, and it caused me to lose her. So now it's all about regrouping and getting better, becoming a better person.
And you know, just a last plug. Got a book, Rise Anyway, on the way. It's a memoir about fatherhood, surviving, and becoming. You know, that's the subheading of it. And definitely coming soon, written by your boy, Brice Davis. So,
Brice Davis Media.
You heard? So, yeah, we out here, man.
Hey, congratulations, man. I'm going to
right.
have to catch up to you. It's going to be a little minute, but mine is on its way, baby.